Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be talking about a very underrated product from a very underrated brand, the FOSI K7. Before we start, as always, this review is 100% my own personal opinion, but FOSI indeed sent this K7 in for review. For the unboxing, I will just put the picture here. Let's talk about the build quality of the K7. The K7 is made out of metal and it is pretty heavy for the size. It is actually quite small compared to the previous FOSI ZH3 that I've reviewed in this channel. And on the front, we got ourselves 3.5 phone out, balance out, and this is mic out. Yes, this thing supports mic out. So, the K7 is aimed towards gamers plus audiophile in mind. And on the top, we got ourselves two rotary knobs that are infinite. This one controls volume and gain, this one controls equalizer and mic out volume. And we have ourselves 1.5 inch screen and 5 buttons. This one is for power and UAC, this one to control input, this one output, this one for bypassing the EQ, and this one is to set the EQ. And hi, Ness from the future here. Actually, the one that mutes the microphone is the rotary knob. If you press the right rotary knob, it mutes the microphone. And the button below the rotary knob, it actually the one if you wanna set the gain. Also, yes, this is using the K7 as the sound card for the BM800. Bye. To mute the microphone. Okay, for the specs. The K7 uses AKM AK4493 plus TPA6120 for its DAC and amp. It uses Exmos XU208 for its chipset, and sadly now we cannot swap OPM like the ZH3. But well, it's actually for swapping OPM. I rarely find individual who does that, so it's more like a niche market, because I assume this thing, which aim towards gamers, will not swap their OPMs, ? But I could be wrong. Without further ado, let's just talk about the sound. The setup I use, obviously the FOSI K7. And I also use the HD650 from Sennheiser, M20X, and then Truth Ear Gate, and lots of sub 300 USD IEMs. For the mic, I tested this using BM800, you know, those $6 to $8 microphone. And the music is from Apple Music plus YouTube Music, covering the genre of J-pop, rock, EDM, metal, jazz, and rap. Okay, so my impression with the K7 with the default filter is that everything sounds so bassy and bright, and I was like, why? And guess what? It actually comes with EQ on out of the box. So, after turning the EQ off, which actually the EQ you can only set bass and treble. That's it. You cannot aim the exact frequencies you wanna tweak, which is slightly a bummer. But if you do need a quick EQ to boost the bass and the treble, well, the option is, yeah, it's there. Okay, so when I first unboxed the K7, as always, I tested it using the Truth Ear Gate. Now with the EQ off, it made Gate, well, this is like the ZH3 honestly, a slightly thin, rather anemic sounding IM to be grand, natural, organic, full sounding, and this is the most important part. Holographic. This thing made my cheap Truth Ear Gate to sound as good as my another sub 300 USD IM, which just like the ZH3. So I don't know, maybe the ZH3 is aimed towards more audiophile focused and this one is gamer focused? ? And this thing, since I received it, I cannot stop raving about it to my friends. Like, I literally, personally recommend it to my friends. This is practically a steal for its asking price, just like the ZH3, but this thing is aimed towards more gamery plus audiophile, while the ZH3 is more audiophile focused. And it also has somewhat similar tonality to the ZH3, just slightly less power on its OPM. But I guess the quality is more or less the same. So for the tonality and technicality, I will probably, most of the review is just, I'm gonna repeat what I've said in my ZH3 review. With that out of the box, let's just start from the bass. The bass is meaty, full body, not to the point it is muffled or dull sounding, but if you want to increase or decrease the bass, you can do that with the EQ. And the mid-range, it's weighty, very organic sounding, like, yeah, it just sounds like ZH3, but smaller, but for gamer, something like that. Vocals and instruments sound so natural that it's just so beautiful that I can't believe this thing is priced for only $200. Like, how? And then the treble, it is extended, smooth sounding while still preserving the nice airy quality. This thing basically checked all the boxes only for $200, and it's just... The technicality is also spectacular, just like the ZH3. The stage, it's huge. It expands my HD 650 from, those infamous 3 blobs soundstage to an actual space. Stage layering, very good, which is actually pretty important thing on the K7 because this thing is aimed for gaming. Imaging spectacular, as I said before, it could make my Truth Ear Gate sounds realistic and holographic, like how? As for separation plus positioning, it's very good. Sound placement is like really precise, tested on Valorant competitive, and I can really easily identify where sound coming from with a very good definition too, and it has somewhat sharper positioning compared to the ZH3. I don't know what they did with this thing, but it just, for separation and positioning, it's just better than the ZH3 for some reason. And detail retrieval, it's very good. It picks up a lot of micro details, but it doesn't really put it in front of your face. So the presentation is like, the details are there, it's for you to explore, and you can honestly just close your eyes and enjoy the music. You're probably gonna notice details that are so subtle, but it's there, and it's just $199 with this build quality, with this tonality, with these technicalities. How? Okay, so probably the question you're gonna ask, so what's the catch here? Sadly, if you want to use the mic out, it is only available using UAC 1.0 mode, which limits the bitrate and sampling rate to only up to 16-bit and 48 kHz. It's on the UAC 1.0. Though, the redeeming factor here, it still completely obliterates all other similarly priced DAC amps from other brand, which is still pretty good. And the other catch here is that the Bluetooth only supports aptX, not LDAC. Why? As for the mic out quality, I tested it using my BM800 and it has less hiss than my motherboard mic out, and yes, this thing also doesn't have 48 phantom power, and that's it. But imagine, what if Fosi actually created an audio interface aimed towards sound engineers and artists, to XLR combo jack, balance out, and then RCA out and balance out too on the back for studio monitors? That would be like absolutely amazing. Make it happen, Fosi. I know you can do it, and there are actually market for that kind of product, so make it happen. So the conclusion of this yapping, if you're looking for a gaming plus audiophile quality DAC amp that basically can obliterate other brands easily, well, this is it. I can't stress this enough. Like, the K7 and ZH3 basically a steal for its asking price. Like, how, Fosi, how? $199 with this kind of build quality, sound quality, technicalities, it just... Yeah. Now my request, just make an audio interface and I would probably be Yes. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me until the end. I'll catch you in the next one, and I also open a mixing and mastering commission right here. Bye for now.